Wonders of the UK, Britain's most magnificent locations. The United Kingdom has more UNESCO World Heritage Sites per square mile than almost any other nation. Despite appearing to be a small country on the map, Britain packs an incredible range of scenery and history into a small area, from ethereal islands to expansive moorlands and historic castles. Let's begin our exploration of the UK's magic right now. England's Stonehenge. Despite its straightforward appearance as a circle of stones on Salisbury Plain, Stonehenge has been a source of mystery to people for more than 5,000 years. Its constructors are unknown, but its enormous sarsen blocks and lintels line up exactly with the sunrise of the summer solstice. Crowds and weather erosion pose constant risks to the site, which is why preservation measures and limited access are in place inside the stone circle itself. You can practically feel the spiritual energy of the roping barrier when you stand just outside of it at dawn. What inspired early humans to build such an accurate memorial without the use of modern tools? Plan ahead and be there early because admission requires timed tickets, and there is frequently a large queue. Beyond just rocks, Stonehenge is a monument to human inquisitiveness and our long-standing bond with the universe. Scotland's Skara Brae. On the Orkney Islands, Skara Brae is a Neolithic hamlet that predates the Great Pyramids and is buried beneath windswept sands. With its stone homes, this exceptionally well-preserved hamlet provides insight into prehistoric life, furniture that has been dug out, and communal hearths that have been kept underground for thousands of years. The site's stability is currently threatened by coastal erosion brought on by climate change, necessitating cautious conservation measures and tourist management. As you stroll through its low, stone-made rooms, you get a unique look of living 5,000 BCE. People here built dwellings that outlasted civilizations without having phones or Wi-Fi. Wear waterproof clothing and pay attention to barriers because visiting entails navigating unpredictable weather and brittle walkways. Skara Brae is human tenacity preserved in time, not merely history. Northern Ireland's Giant's Causeway. Nature's own honeycomb, the Giant's Causeway is a confusing collection of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns on the County Antrim coast that were created by prehistoric volcanic eruptions. The giant Finn McCool is said to have made them as stepping stones across the sea, according to Irish tradition. Visitors are advised to stick to designated walkways since, despite their beauty, the hexagonal formations are in danger of eroding because of increased foot traffic. Imagine crossing these geometric stones at dusk and feeling as though you have entered a fable, with waves breaking around your feet. Here, the weather can change quickly. Vigilance and robust boots are necessary due to the wind, spray, and slippage. Giant's Causeway is a remarkable coastal wonder that blends geology, mythology, and unadulterated ocean drama. England's Lake District. Poets like Wordsworth adored England's Lake District, a tapestry of glacial valleys, rugged fells, and dazzling rivers that was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, the area struggles with an increase of Airbnb conversions, over-tourism, and the strain on local roads and farms. You may enjoy expansive vistas that are unmatched in Britain when you hike up Scafell Pike or drive across Windermere, but the ascent can become a nightmare due to heavy rain and fog. It is crucial to verify trail conditions in advance and wear waterproof boots and layers. It's typical to drive in small roads and navigate crowded parking lots, so think about taking the bus or walking instead. One of Britain's best landscapes is the Lake District, which evokes peace and unadulterated beauty all combined into one untamed Eden. England's Bath. Bath exudes elegant elegance and is renowned for its Georgian architecture and tall Roman baths, which were built around natural hot springs. However, this well-kept city also struggles to manage the effects of heavy tourist and traffic, and flooding is a concern due to rising river levels along the Avon. Nevertheless, exploring its honey-hued crescents, learning a little bit about history at the Roman baths, and enjoying pastries by the Royal Crescent transport you to a Jane Austen novel. Be advised that during the summer months, there may be long lines for tickets at the baths and on the streets. Warm springs, harmonious architecture, and a seductive fusion of Georgian and ancient Britain are all features of a trip to Bath. Dover's White Cliffs in England. Symbolic protectors of Britain, these chalk-white cliffs rise over the English Channel and have long been a welcome sight for returning mariners. However, climate change has accelerated the rate of erosion, and sections of the cliffs are unsafe for pedestrians to walk on because of their disintegrating edges. You feel both ageless history and fragility as you stand atop these precipitous drops, breathing in sea air and looking over the water to France. Exercise caution by using approved routes and vantage points and paying attention to warnings. With their natural monuments that have been molded and changed over time, the cliffs serve as a reminder of the relationship between beauty and geological change. Wales's Snowdonia. Anchored by Mount Snowdon itself, Snowdonia's untamed peaks, old forests, and glacial lakes form one of Britain's most magnificent national parks. However, it faces litter, path erosion, and growing visitor demand, just like many other well-known outdoor spaces. Navigating rugged terrain and unpredictable mountain weather is necessary to reach Snowdon's summit, which is impressive at over 1,000 meters. You will never forget the rush of altitude and wonder you receive when you stand at the Summit Cafe with magnificent views stretching in all directions and clouds swirling underneath you. Check the conditions, stay on designated trails, and be ready for unexpected fog or gusts if you decide to walk the mountain. A rough and heart-stirring look at Britain's wild side can be seen in Snowdonia, England's Jurassic Coast. The Jurassic Coast, a 95-mile stretch of southern England's coastline, is recognized by UNESCO for its rich geological past, with sedimentary strata documenting more than 185 million years of Earth's evolution. That on its beaches, fossils of ichthyosaurs, ammonites, and even the occasional dinosaur bone can be found. Visitors should pay attention to warnings and avoid climbing hazardous cliffs, because coastal erosion is real and the same process that reveals fossils also leads to cliff falls. A fossil guidebook, appropriate footwear, and caution when approaching cliff faces are all recommended. A direct connection to Earth's distant past, surrounded by stone and sea, is made when you hold a fossil in your hand and realize it existed at the time of dinosaur dominance. Scotland's Isle of Skye. With its breathtaking sea cliffs, ethereal rock formations like the Old Man of Storr, Fairy Lakes, and mist-wreathed peaks, Scotland's Isle of Skye evokes a sense of enchantment. However, as its popularity has grown, local infrastructure has been overburdened. Narrow roads. This isolated paradise is challenged by seasonal crowds and a lack of parking. Nevertheless, it's all worthwhile when you see the sun peeking through the clouds over Quiraing, or when you dip in the beautiful pools beneath waterfalls. Be mindful of farming boundaries, avoid peak hours, and wear waterproof clothing when it rains. Explore a place molded by folklore, weather, and untamed beauty with Skye's unvarnished landscapes, a setting worthy of stories. England's Cambridge. Cambridge, where punts float beneath pixel-perfect bridges and Gothic buildings stand above well-kept courts, combines the grandeur of an old university with the peace and quiet of a riverbank. However, the city struggles to balance academic life with tourism and the lack of student housing. You get a sense of history and intelligence from punting on the Cam, exploring college chapels, and listening to choristers at King's College Chapel. For a more tranquil experience, check out some of the more subdued institutions outside of King's and Trinity. Reserve punting in advance and pack layers for riverbank winds. Cambridge is a treasure trove of architecture and thought that inspires and grounds you. If you like this trip, please subscribe and like this video for more in-depth explorations of famous places throughout the world. There is so much beauty in the UK that is just waiting to be found. All you need to do is carefully organize your vacation, respect the fragility of the area, and allow these treasures to continue to be amazing for many generations to come.